Hey everybody, I'm with Nathan Hutchison. Nathan, you had a very busy Saturday, and we'll give a little weekend review and what's coming up. Hit it.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. Long Saturday, but it was a very cool day. A lot of big things done by a lot of local kids, and so definitely worthy of note. We had the wrestling and the swimming regionals on Saturday, and so we had a bunch of kids win region titles. So we'll mention a bunch of those kids here real quick before we talk about the week ahead. But
Okay.
the wrestling was Region 7 wrestling was over in Danville on Saturday, and Madison Central finished second, and we had a total of 5 kids win region championships, and a total of 12 kids in 11 different weight classes qualify for the state. So we'll mention those kids. The region champs were from Madison Southern, Rocky Whitehead in the 195-pound division, and from Madison Central, you had Jonathan Gilbert at 113, Jeffrey Kinley at 126, and Zach Cowan at 138. And total of 12 kids from those two schools will all move on to the state tournament this weekend, Friday and Saturday at the All-Tech Arena up in Lexington. So congratulations to those kids, and
Cool.
We'll I'll be up there Friday to check those guys out. So check out our social media and everything to keep an eye on those guys. But
Right.
it was a good weekend for those guys, and we had the Region 9 swimming and diving championships
Yes,
over at
I saw that.
EKU on Saturday, and we had 17 kids take titles in the 24. Only 24 events. We won 17 of the 24. So
Wow, 17.
10.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's a bunch.
Model had 10. Central had 6 and had 1. But despite Model having all those ice championships, it was Central that won the overall title and the boys title. No, they won the overall and the girls, and then Model won the boys. So it's the second straight year of it. It's kind of broken out that way, but we have a bunch of kids who are moving on to state as well. But we had, like I said, the 17 state region champs. Models Victoria Taylor won a couple of events. Models Isaac Brown won a couple of events. Models Olivia Stopps won a couple of events. Central's Isabella Cooksey won a couple of events. Colin Jackson won a region championship. The Central girls swept all 3 of the girls' relays, and the Model boys swept all 3 of the boys' relays. And in the diving events, which were held earlier this week, or last week over at UK, Reagan Patterson from Madison Southern, she won her first title. She's only an 8th grader. She won her first region title, beating out her 2 sisters. They finished 1, 2, 3, the Patterson sisters did.
Wow.
And Seth Greer from Central won his 3rd straight region diving championship. So those kids will compete at the state meet over at UK in 2 weeks, so they have a week off to prepare. But the wrestling state championships are this weekend up at All-Tech, so those kids have a quick turnaround and have to get back and ready to go. So
Wow.
A busy Saturday trying to keep track of all.
Yeah, you all were extremely busy.
Yeah, it's fun though.
I saw that.
And then I ran over there. Yeah, I kept the social media buzzing all day. I hope I didn't blow up people's timelines there. Sorry.
Hey, man, that's what Twitter is.
On Twitter. Yeah. I try not to be that guy though. We all have that one account you follow that you have to finally unfollow because it just won't stop tweeting, and you're like, okay, all right, stop, leave me alone.
Everybody loves pictures and video and updates.
Yes, yeah. And then Saturday night we ran over to Central after the swimming, and Brayton Ray hits a 3-pointer at the buzzer, and they beat Seneca 75-72. So
that's pretty cool.
It was a fun night. So it's busy, but it's fun. So
it's fun. It's sports.
I like when the kids do well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm not complaining at all. I'm the kind of person that I like to stay busy anyway. So that's fine with me.
That's where you and I get along just fine. Well, what do we got? What do we got coming up this week?
Well, obviously, like we said, we had the state wrestling is obviously Friday and Saturday over at All-Tech Arena, and that's a really unique event. They start off Friday morning about 10 o'clock, and it's just nonstop. There's 8 mats, and it's insane, really. I mean, they wrestle, and as soon as one match is over, they pull the next one on, and it goes and goes and goes.
That is crazy that they got all that going on at the same time.
Yeah, they roll through all 14 weight classes, and then they go on to the next weight class, and then they go into the once you lose, you go into the wrestlebacks, what they call, and kind of the consolation round, and it goes from there. So it just goes on and on and on. It'll go all day Friday and then all day Saturday into the evening. And Thomas Deck has actually won 2 straight state championships, and he was the kid that we talked to a couple weeks ago after their senior night over here in Richmond. He said he wasn't going to wrestle anymore this year. He had torn a meniscus, and then we get the results. I can start hearing things from Saturday, and he got all the way to the championship of his weight class over in Danville, and evidently he just decided to wrestle. And I guess his meniscus is torn, but he can't hurt it anymore, so it's just a pain issue. Wow. And so he got all the way to the finals, and then actually he took an injury default in the final, so to kind of save himself for the state next week. But he will be back at All-Tech and try to win his third straight state championship.
No kidding. Well, fantastic. All right.
Tough kid. Yeah. Lots of high school basketball as well coming up this week. We don't have any home games tomorrow night, but on Tuesday night you've got a doubleheader over at Model. You've got Paris taking on the Lady Patriots and Danville taking on the Patriots. And then Thursday you've got the Madison Southern girls are home versus Lafayette. You've got the Madison Central girls are home versus Rockcastle. On Friday night you have the Madison Southern boys are at home against Harrison County, and the Central boys coming off that buzzer-beating win over Seneca will take on Walton Verona. Okay. And then not quite a home game, but EKU men and women will be at Moorhead Thursday night, and then over at Austin P on Saturday. So both those teams went 1-1 over the weekend. The men kind of suffered they beat EIU on Thursday, and then kind of suffered a disappointing loss on Saturday, but still sitting there at 9-3 and in good position to make the tournament and everything. So
9-3. Going on. How long have they? When's the last time they've been 9-3?
It goes back about 40 some years.
Wow.
So. Yeah, if they actually had won on Saturday, I think it would have been the best start in 55 years.
55 years. Wow.
Since that 65 team that won the OVC and got to the NCAA tournament. So, but SIUE came out and blasted them early, and they were shorthanded. Richard Kirkshank, one of their starting guards, was out with a head injury, and so.
Okay.
But hey, to go 1-1 on the road in the OVC is nothing bad about that. If you can go 1-1 every weekend on the road, you're going to be just fine. So
right. Did I also see something on the schedule where it said something about softball already?
Yeah, softball actually played all weekend. They were down in they were playing in the Mercer tournament, Mercer University tournament down in Georgia. Wow. And actually baseball plays, EKU baseball plays next weekend, Saturday.
Next weekend?
In college.
Already? Oh my gosh.
I know.
Man.
You have to go south if you're going to play, though. You can't this time of year.
You can't do it here. Wow.
Yeah, I've covered a few games over at Turkey Hughes where it snowed. Trust me, it's tough. It's tough on the kids, and you get very, very small crowds because nobody wants to.
You have press and the players.
Yeah, and a few parents that are very brave. So.
Wow.
Yeah. Another big thing we have coming up Monday is the district draw for basketball. Is Monday afternoon. That's right. And if you follow us on our socials, I will be there.
Okay.
And we will make sure we're there, and we'll let you know as soon as we know, and we'll see who's playing who. It's always a big event. It's a draw. And they don't see.
Right.
So
exactly.
It's very controversial in some ways, and the two small schools obviously like the draw. The two big schools don't like the draw, and every year that sometimes the draw meeting can get a little contentious.
I bet. What time is that? What time does that go off?
It'll be at 1:00. So whenever they kind of have to go through all the stuff with it, they do. It's their meeting, and they have to go through all the stuff, the logistical stuff about how many passes and how they divide the money. So it may be about 2:30. I'll have it up as soon as they announce it. I'll have it up. It usually draws a pretty good response from people, and everybody obviously. Wants to know about it, and like I said, the two small schools always hope they draw each other so they can. Right. One of the two of them can advance to the region, and then But it's always interesting. I know that.
I bet it is.
It gets a little heated in that room when they start talking and they start making the draw, and some of the folks from Berea and Model make their kind of the Central and Southern folks would love to see it seeded.
Sure.
But that being said, not everybody plays each other, so I mean.
Right.
I can understand both points of view, and I'm not just saying that to not to sound wishy-washy and not make anybody mad. But
always two sides. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Central and Southern don't play the other teams always. Right. So, I mean, we have to have everybody play each other if we're going to seed, and I mean that could be done. So it works both ways. But like we said on our TV show, the Richmond Register Sports the last couple of weeks, should be a great tournament. I think a lot of the teams are pretty evenly matched, and a lot of times here in the past 15 or 20 years, it's obviously Central's had by far the best teams in all the sports, but I think it's a little more even this year. So we'll see what happens. So,
well, and speaking of the sports show, that's on Thursday nights at 9:00. Talk a little bit about that, where everybody can follow you.
Yeah, that will be that's you can get that anywhere. It's on we put that out there on our Facebook page, Register Sports, RichmondRegister.com. It's on YouTube on our channel on YouTube, and this week we do plan on having the Madison Central wrestling team on. We plan on having, I think, Jeffrey Kenley, Thomas Deck, and maybe Jonathan Gilbert. I'm not sure, but we're going to have them, and Chad Fife, the coach, as well. And I think maybe we'll try to slide over to EKU on Tuesday as well and get some, like we did before. I guess he doesn't know us. He doesn't know us. I guess Coach Hamilton doesn't know us a steak dinner because they didn't win.
I know. I was so rooting. I was going, go.
Yeah, that's okay though.
That's all right.
Like I said, to go on the road and win 1 out of 2 is still.
Fine. He can take us to Waffle House. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, whatever. I'd take a hamburger from McDonald's. I don't care. Whatever.
Now wait a minute. Rumor is you and Ricky are going to challenge the wrestle team members. No, it's just fake news.
No, not at all.
Right. Okay.
Thomas Deck, even with one bad leg, can still put me in like 14 seconds. So
I can do anything at this age. I can do anything once.
Yeah, well, I'm really looking forward to talking to him too, because
that'd be good.
Not only what's gone through with his injury, but he just got his appointment to West Point as well.
Oh, that's just cool.
He'll be going to West Point, where his brother Gentry is right now. So they'll be reunited there. So it should be a really good time to talk to those guys. And
it's cool.
Wrestling doesn't get a lot of pub, but we like to give them as much attention as anybody can. And every year I go up to Alltech for the wrestling, and I'm usually up there Friday morning bright and early, and I usually hang around and watch at least one run through all the weight classes and get everybody's picture, and then we go back Saturday. And last year we had obviously Thomas won and Gentry, his brother, finished second, and we've had some other kids do really well in the past as well. So it's a fun event. So
good deal.
Lots of fun, lots of cool things going on. And
has everybody followed you at Richmond Register?
Yeah, Richmond R Sports on Twitter. We'll blow up your feed, and then Register Sports on Facebook. And especially if you're a swimming person, I just posted about 40 pictures on our Facebook page from the swimming with all pictures of kids from all 4 Madison County schools. And don't forget to check out the website, RichmondRegister.com. If we tweet about it, we have a story about it. I know there's some other media outlets out there who like to tweet or retweet things, and I think one of my new favorite sayings is retweeting is not reporting. And so a lot of other people will hit that retweet button and think that we reported on that. No, you didn't. So if we report on it, go to our website. There'll be a full-length story with more details and more information, and we make a point.
And that's RichmondRegister.com, of course. So.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. And download your app. Download the app.
It's there. Yeah, I don't think I even have it. You have it. You have it, but I need to do that.
I get my updates every morning.
Yeah, I need to do that myself.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
But definitely, everything's on there. It's all. We have tons of stories every day, and we had a great feature this week on Shonda Ebert, the Madison Southern trainer who's been called up to the National Guard. So she had to leave her position there, and Ricky Barker did a nice job talking to her and writing a nice story about that. So check it out. We try to get everything on the social media, and we try to get to as many events as we can. I know it's crazy. We had archery as well this past weekend, and I'll be looking into that later this evening, trying to get some results of that put out too. So lots of stuff. There's always cool things to talk about, and we're always here to highlight the accomplishments of our young people.
Excellent. All right, Nathan. Hey, man, thanks for talking to us this week. See you this week.
No problem. Anytime, man. Take care.
Bye-bye.